Hello and welcome to a brand new episode of Premier Perspective. Today we are here with the one and only Abdul. Thank you for coming on. We're going to be talking about the four Champions League games that took place during this week. First off, the highlight game of the week, Barca versus PSG. PSG destroyed Barca 4-1 uh, in a game that a lot of people had high expectations of, but didn't really go to the plan of Barca. Mbappe with a hat trick, a beautiful, beautiful third goal. Barca looked decent in the first half, but in the second half, were pretty poor. Didn't score from open play, obviously, as Messi's goal was a penalty. And with Barca losing like this at home, I don't really see a chance that they pass to the next round.
Yeah, I don't think Sergio Roberto is going to have anything to do with this one this time. PSG down to that third goal, Mbappe's third goal, man. It was absolutely beautiful. I was screaming watching it. I was so happy. It was just a beautiful one to watch. Abdul, you got the PSG shirt on. How are you feeling about that? Feeling good about
Honestly,
it?
yeah, I'm feeling great. It was a great game to watch. Absolute amazing performance from Kylian Mbappe. 22 years old and still managing to score against huge clubs like Barcelona. Um, a great equalizer, a great third goal. He was just amazing in every single aspect of the game. Um, really, this is a great way to start off the knockout stages of the Champions League. And also, I think that Pochettino should get some credit. I mean, he just arrived at PSG, and this is one of his first major games. And to win against a big club like Barcelona, it's a major accomplishment. And I think PSG in general is really happy with Pochettino.
Yeah, definitely agree with you there. Pochettino, this, like you said, it's his first big game at PSG. A lot of expectations, especially with the squad he had. And me personally, I didn't think PSG was going to win the game. Even with the poor Barca performances, with no Neymar, no Di Maria, and not being in the best of form, I didn't expect too much from PSG. And with Barca's good performances in the last couple games, I expected a lot more from them. I feel like a lot of the blame was being thrown in Messi's direction, which I never like because I feel like the big clubs with the big players, when they win, it's all because of the one player, and that they lose, it's all because of the one player. And I don't think it's fair. I think Messi did as much as he could in considering the circumstance. If you think about it, first half, he laid a plate in front of Dembele for a second goal, and Dembele had a terrible shot. So if you think about it, Barca goes up 2-0 there, completely different game. But yeah, I don't know what else to say in terms of Barca. I think that this is goodbye for them in terms of the Champions League, and I think Mbappe showed why he's one of the best players in the world.
And definitely PSG going on to the next round is going to cause trouble for any team that they come against because Champions League predictions now it definitely changed from the beginning of the start of the competition. Now I'd say PSG. I don't know about favorites, but definitely they have a really strong team and they're up there. And once Neymar comes back, if he's been having a lot of injury issues lately, PSG are definitely contenders to win it. They look really promising and strong against Barca. Moving on to the next game, Leipzig and Liverpool. Despite finding a win over a strong Bundesliga side, Liverpool didn't look great. In the Prem, they've been having some problems. Both goals were taken as they should have by Salah and Mane, respectively, just off of bad defensive mistakes from Leipzig, just lazy, very not well thought out, thoughtless. I guess you could say it's just not defensive mistakes you can afford to make in the Champions League. For Leipzig, Angelino, the Sydney man, he had multiple opportunities for me that should have been taken a lot more seriously. And I feel like he was just thinking, oh, these don't really matter. But in the UCL, that's really what matters. It's those little opportunities. That's the games. An away goal can put you an away goal can let you through. An away goal can put you through the final. And any goal when there are so little opportunities, you can't be making stupid mistakes like that, and you need to take advantage of every opportunity. Um, this isn't the Bundesliga. They need to realize that. And Leipzig, they just need to be stronger as a whole. I definitely think that they can come back and win in the second leg and really put up a fight against Liverpool, even though it's going to be at Liverpool. But they're going to really need to get it together because Liverpool's going to defend. Liverpool hasn't let up too many goals. That hasn't really been their problem. It's been scoring them. And so if Leipzig's really going to have to press them, and especially Angelino, he's going to look to take those opportunities a lot more effectively.
Yeah, for sure. We saw how good Leipzig could be, especially in the one game in the group stage against Man United where they scored a lot of goals and they played great. However, I'm on the contrary to Ryan's opinion. I don't really think Leipzig have a chance of getting back into this. I could be wrong, but I just don't really see enough fight in them to get back. And although Liverpool have not been in the best form, I still rate that Klopp will be able to put a performance and have his boys continue to take the lead. So after this one game, I would say that Liverpool will go through, but obviously it's a Champions League and anything can happen. With the next game, we have Sevilla versus Borussia Dortmund. Early deflected goal for Suso for Sevilla took the lead. Going to the game, I had high expectations for Sevilla. I thought that this was a good chance for them to take a victory, considering that Dortmund has been somewhat poor in the league so far. But Dortmund got right back into this with an absolutely beautiful finish by the Hood outside the box. It was a great goal. And then right now they needed a moment, 1-1 in the game. Who else to call but Erling Haaland? Scored two beautiful goals. First was a great 1-2 with Sancho, and the second was Dortmund prancing on a Sevilla mistake. And Sevilla grabbed one right at the end to make it 3-2. But I think this is looking in Dortmund's favor.
Yeah, that goal, the 1-2 is Sancho. That's what we're gonna see from Erling Haaland. Those defenders, you could see they had no clue. They weren't ready for that at all. He just burst through with pace. He just comes right through. He came right through the middle of the defense, laid it off to Sancho. Sancho right back to him, right through defenders. Keeper. If I'm a keeper, I'm not messing with that. I'm just gonna stand my ground. But Erling Haaland, he doesn't miss from those positions, especially the second one. Marco Reus, beautiful layoff to Erling Haaland. And almost like Mbappe's goal except on the opposite side today from Haaland. He's going to put it away every time, and his finishing is absolutely exceptional for a player, just any player in general, but especially strikers these days usually are just quick and don't score a lot of the finishing goals. They're not expected to finish as much. Usually that's the look more towards midfielders or even the wingers nowadays. But Haaland it shows how important that is. These are the goals that are really going to matter. And going this far up against a team, Sevilla, I'm sure Haaland and Dortmund as well will be able to see them out in the second leg. But even going forward, those goals, the bursts of pace, are going to absolutely destroy defenses and make them really shaky. So later on in the competition, those little moments and the parts, the pieces of the game that the defenses aren't ready for in those 1-2 goal games with limited opportunities, that's going to be huge for them. So I would honestly consider Dortmund, if they can keep it up, contenders for the UCL as well.
Yeah, I totally agree. Obviously, so far they have been kind of shaky, but in a moment where they needed the most, they had Holland. And Abdul, I wanted to ask you, what are your overall thoughts on Holland? Like, what do you think about his game? What do you see in his future?
I definitely think that he's one of the talented youngsters that are performing at a very high level in European competitions as well as domestic competitions. I think he has lots of potential, and I think what Ryan said, that Dortmund can make it really far in the Champions League. I think they could possibly make it to the quarterfinals with a player like Holland and just the team in general. They're just a great team, and like Ryan said, just the pace and the way the finishing, the exquisite finishing from Holland. I think that Dortmund can make it far, and I think Holland's going to be a very, very great player to help Dortmund make it far. He's going to be a key player.
Yeah, I agree. I think what is such a great quality of Holland is his ability to finish. It's ridiculous to see. It seems like he's almost always converting the chances that he gets in front of goal. I don't remember the last time that I saw a striker who was so efficient in front of goal. And I think going forward that Dortmund's gonna really end up relying on him. And I think that it can help Dortmund go far in the competition. A favorable draw in the quarterfinals that they get through could help them. But definitely a lot of expectations coming from them. And for our final game of this week was the upset, Porto versus Juventus. Early mistake from Juventus, an absolutely terrible back pass led to a first-minute goal. 20 seconds into the second half, Porto doubled the lead. I think this pretty much attributes to just poor, lazy play to start the game. As all three of us have played soccer, we know how important it is to start a game off strong, right when you get onto the field to make an impact. But Juventus really let themselves down to start both halves. However, they were able to grab a goal towards the end of the game. But yeah, so Juventus put themselves in a bad position. They're down 2-1. They did get the away goal though, so I think that Juventus still has a really good opportunity of passing to the next round, especially since their next game is at home. But only time will tell about that.
Yeah, and that away goal is huge for them, because if they don't score that away goal, I'd say that they're completely out of this, but that definitely put them back in it. But again, I've said it now probably twice, three times for all the games. Those mistakes, this time it wasn't the scoring ones, because Juve honestly didn't really have opportunities other than Chissi's goal. And Porto didn't. They had a couple opportunities, but nothing as clear cut as those mistakes. And Juve just handed it to them. You can't have players of that caliber and have a team of that high stature with so many world-class players in that team, with a midfield overall having a very poor game that contributed to their goal-scoring troubles, and their defense just completely letting go and just not turning up for those first 2 minutes. And not so much in professional, because usually they have their heads straight, but especially like for us, I mean, and when we've played in high school ball and in highly competitive club soccer, those first 2 minutes of the game, teams are going to come out and press you. They're going to come out and attack you and make you play. And usually you don't see that in the pros, but this time Porto really came at them, and you got to give them credit for that. But they just wanted it more overall. They have solid players. You got to rate their players. They played better today. They were the better team today, and that's really all there is to it. Other than that, Juve can't, with a team like that, cannot be making those silly mistakes.
What I wanted to say is that with Juve's disappointing performance is that we noticed time after time that Juve could be on a winning streak, and out of nowhere they could surprise us with a terrible performance when we need them the most. I mean, I still believe that Juve could make a comeback. I don't want to sound like that Ronaldo fan, that Ronaldo carries Juve and everything, but I think time after time Ronaldo's proven that he could make that comeback, and I think Juve has a huge advantage because they're playing at home next, and that it could be possible that they make the comeback. Hopefully they do. I think that they have a great chance, but Juve need to step up their game and play at a higher tempo, because today obviously wasn't their game, and they clearly didn't show that they really wanted to win the game.
Yeah, I totally agree with you there. Definitely seemed like there was a lack of effort at certain points of the game, especially from Juventus' midfield, which I felt like was their weak point of the team. But when you have a player like Cristiano Ronaldo on your squad, I think there's always a chance that you can make a comeback. But yeah, that pretty much wraps up the 4 games that were taking place this week. 4 more next week that we're also going to be talking about the other half of the first legs. We also have Premier League content coming at you later in the week. We want to say thank you to anyone who's watched, for anyone who's shown love to our channel so far. We really appreciate all the support. We're now, actually today that we're recording it is the 17th. Our first video came out almost 3 months ago. So we've been here doing this for 3 months, always constantly improving. And we feel like, we're going to keep going at it and showing you guys the content that we think that you guys deserve. And yeah, we'll see you guys soon. And thank you.